Okay, 8-2, you get thrown to your back. First off, 2 reviews in the match. You launch him, he launches you. You're down 8-2 at the end of the first period. That was madness. To compose yourself and win that, come back and win that match. What was that like?
I mean, I'd like watched film on the kid, and I watched his match with McNally, and I could already see him fading in the first period. But I have mixed feelings about my match because I personally think I wrestled a terrible match, but at the same time, a lot of my struggles last year, I know I lost to a kid from Buffalo in overtime. I lost to Jacob Oliver in the third period I feel like my conditioning is way better this year. So part of me was glad that I could overcome that and win that match, but I just need to keep getting back to the room and getting better. And some of my crazier stuff's good, but I can't do it right away because I dig myself a hole.
Okay.
I need to save it for the end. So
Yeah, let's talk about the end.
yeah.
2-point lead.
Yeah.
He reverses you with 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
What does Flynn say to you about that? Did he lose his mind?
No, probably would have if I lost, but I just had a lapse, honestly, a mental lapse. He did kind of surprise me with the switch because I think in my mind a little bit, obviously I'm tired, I just wrestled the whole match, and I think I was thinking that he was just gonna sit there, and that was my mistake. So, and I also looked and I saw 3 seconds, and I made the mistake of thinking this match is in the bag. So
Ankles, pinch the ankles, grab an ankle. That's where my head was.
yeah, that's where my head should have been, but I wasn't thinking straight. So
Okay, so obviously you know what I'm going to ask you next.
yeah,
Push out. You
Yeah.
went on a push out, but he laid on the mat and stalled. That's what put him in that position to lose on a push out. Yes?
the reality of it is I don't like a lot of these new rules. I think the push out rule is stupid, and I know they've been stalemating. I finally been able to get my leg in this year, and I'll be working on top, and they'll stalemate that, and I'll have to break them down and start all over. So, but it's the reality of the sport. I knew in overtime he was going to take a bad shot, and I knew I was going to stuff it, and it wasn't my intention to push him out of bounds. I was just going to keep pushing him because maybe he stands up and I can get a shot off, or it just so happened that he went right out of bounds, and I think the ref saw he didn't try to work in at all. So
Did it bum you out a little bit to win on that call?
I don't really care as long as I win. So
Whatever it takes.
I think at a certain point you have to have that attitude. So
I feel like you were surging though. The momentum shift was huge. The third period, you had it. You know what I mean? Didn't you feel super confident whether they give you that, whether they call that action or not? Aren't you guessing you're just going to get a takedown anyway?
yeah, I think I would have took him down, but didn't go that far. So we'll never know. I don't think the match will go to overtime if I ever wrestle again. So
You would have lost the duel if you'd have lost that match. So effectively, you two combined win the duel.
Yeah. I know I lost a lot of our duels last year, and you just got to wrestle as hard as you can and try to cover for yourself. And ultimately, I think that's why we're getting ugly team wins this year, because that was something we weren't allowed to, or not allowed, but it was something we couldn't do in the past, is just finish matches. So
Well, you got the job done today.
yeah.
All right. I got some defense soap for you guys. Defend what you built. Keep up the good work. Win's a win, whether it's a shady push-out call or not. You're probably going to win the match anyway, but hey, you got the job done, all right?
Yeah.
Good job.